Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Civivi Riffle, one of the most highly anticipated knives of 2021 by far, budget or otherwise. I've got a lot to say about this guy, so let's jump right in with some size comparisons. So let's start him off against the rats. There's the 1 and the 2. So what we can see here is that this is definitely a full-size knife. It's not quite as big as the Rat 1, but the Rat 1 is a fairly large knife. So next up, let's bring out Benchmade Bug Out, the Spyderco PM2. So yeah, just a little bit smaller than the PM2. And we'll get some measurements here in a little bit. Real quick, let's go up against our Gerbers. There's a mini paraframe and the full size. And now let's compare it against some Civivis, because these are going to be kind of the most fitting size comparisons. There it is against the Elementum and the Praxis, which actually the Riffle, now that I'm looking at them right now, it kind of reminds me of if the Elementum and the Praxis had a baby in some ways. It's kind of interesting. Well, actually, what it reminds me of is if the Elementum and this one had a baby. This is the Civivi Vexor, one of my most favorite Civivis ever. Yeah, you guys kind of see where I'm coming from? Like, a little bit, maybe? Yeah, maybe I'm crazy. I probably am. And, geez, I dropped my Gerber paraframe. Oh no, guys, it's a tragedy. And last up, here's my favorite Civivi ever, the Statira, which we can see that they are pretty similarly sized, and actually the blade finish is not too different. It's kind of this blasted, I'm not sure what we'd call this finish, kind of a blasted finish. All right, Statira, you're going away for now. So in terms of actual size, we're looking at a blade length of just a teensy hair over 3.5. Handle length of 4.5. So yeah, you've got an 8-inch knife here. This is a full-size knife, 100%. As far as materials are going, we're looking at a 14C28N blade, which is awesome. Micarta handles, steel liner lock, steel clip, ceramic ball bearings, pretty much all of the Civivi bangers that you've come to expect. So let's go ahead and let's go destroy some cardboard with this very cool knife. All right, let's go ahead and break down some cardboard with our Civivi Riffle. So, as I said at the table, we have a blade of 14C28N. Fantastic. Great steel. So glad to see Civivi start using new steels. And this is a steel that in fact, I don't think I've ever heard of anyone who doesn't like 14C28N. It's one of those steels that's just a home run all the way around. A drop point blade with a super, super thin edge. This is about 12 thousandths behind the edge. That is so thin. And you know, I can't tell if, I'm pretty sure this is a flat grind. I've seen places say this is a hollow, but to me, maybe it's a hollow grind. It's very thin, whatever it is. This thing is a razor blade. And I mean that literally. I have a very interesting story to tell when we get back to the table. But for now, let's cut up some cardboard. Let's start off with some thicker stuff. This is from my old microwave box. And let's just cut this into strips. Yeah. Oh man, that is so slicey. Yeah, this thick cardboard doesn't stand a chance. Let's go on to some more regularly sized cardboard. Yeah, resistance is futile. Heck, my riffle here may even need a sharpening. I've been carrying this guy a lot and using him a lot. I've sharpened him, not really sharpened, more like just touched up the edge twice. He may need another touch-up, but I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell. With how thin and slicey that edge is, I mean, this knife will keep cutting even when it's dull. See if we can get just a thin shaving. Almost. Excellent performance. Excellent. Now, how's that action? It's really good. You have multiple deployments, flipper tab, as well as this very large blade hole. We'll talk about the action more at the table. How's the carry? You have one of the standard Civivi clips. Flat screws. The clip itself is not recessed, but I mean that's okay. And it is reversible. In the pocket, yeah, it disappears almost completely. Takes up very little room, in and out. Very easy. No real hang-ups. Just in, out. There we go. The micarta is nice and smooth. This thing weighs 3.4 ounces, so it's under that ounce an inch rule that some people have. Very easy to carry. Just a real joy all around. As you can tell, I'm starting to kind of gush, so let's get back to the table where I can gush about this knife properly. Alrighty, Civivi Riffle. What am I liking? Yes. There's a lot. There's a whole lot here. So, I mean, let's just dive right into it. So first of all, I think this is a pretty unique looking knife, which is always a good thing, especially since, I mean, a lot of Civivis can be a little bit derivative, and this knife isn't like, it's shockingly different or, bizarrely unique, but it does look cool. I like the way this knife looks. It's very unique. I mean, you see this knife and you say, yeah, that's a Civivi Riffle. So that's great. Next thing, the ergos. Yeah, these are nice. These are really nice. So we can see here the handle straight and that curves down. Fingers go in here. You have jimping up here, which is very nice. And yeah, the knife just kind of conforms to your hand. So that's good. I mean, the scales aren't textured, aren't contoured or anything, but they don't really need to be. They're just fine the way they are. Next thing, it carries really, really well, and that's a combination of, the good Civivi clip with the flat screws, as well as just the overall lightweightness of this knife. And when it goes in your pocket, it's relatively out of the way. The flipper tab's not huge, so yeah, it carries really nice. Clip is reversible. Great stuff. Next thing, I like seeing this. We have like those fixed stop pins on the blade. I like that. I don't know why, but I like that. So I'm going to mention it. Next, the blade itself. Oh, this is such a nice blade. This is just, oh, it's so nice. Civivi doesn't normally do finishes like this. They like to do a lot of shiny satin finishes, but this is so nice. Civivi, do more of these. This is just, it's beautiful. It hides wear. It's really matte. I'm a big fan of it. Besides that, the blade itself is just so good. Very thin blade stock. Super thin behind the edge. 12 thousandths? Jeez. Plus 14C28 in? They're hitting a whole bunch of good spots here. You have an edge that has basically continuous belly, which is great for slicing. Really just great for EDC in general. We have a very nice pokey tip. I mean, they just did a whole lot good with this blade. Very impressed. I mean, I feel like there's more I should say, but I mean, once you get one, you'll know for yourself. It's very nice. I have a funny story to tell about this knife, actually. When I first got it, I carried it basically every day for like a week, and I used this knife to shave my beard. I had a beard, and I wanted to try something different, so I shaved my beard off, and I used my Civivi Riffle. I didn't do the entire shave with that. I cleaned it up a little bit and, with a razor afterwards. But yeah, no, I shaved my beard off with this knife. And it did great. It wasn't like pulling that much. Why did I do that? Because why not? Because I'm a knife guy, and sometimes you just gotta do stupid stuff for the sake of being stupid. But it was really fun. So this blade is great. In addition to that, you have another Civivi staple, which is the T8 hardware, all the way around. Really, really good for disassembly. Always nice to see that. All right, let's revisit the handle for just a sec. I know I was talking about the ergos. I want to talk about the micarta itself. This is nice. It's not the best micarta out there, but it's actually a lot better than what Civivi's used in the past. I mean, when we compare it to here's an example of amazing budget micarta. Yeah, that's on the CGRB RIA. This is the Knife Center exclusive with Burgundy micarta, that's some great micarta. Or even, something like the Kaiser Lieb, which, yeah, that is amazing micarta. That's just beautiful. But, it's still good. It's good. And actually, this knife, for me, I paired it up with the Sincut Scepter a lot, just because I have both the browns, which, yeah, that's a good match. Even kind of have similar handle shapes, but good materials overall. Now, next good thing, yeah, you already know what's coming, the action. Very nice. Whoops. You can open it in a lot of different ways. Flipper tab. It's nice. Really, really nice. In fact, honestly, with this guy, I found myself opening him more with the index finger flick than anything else, which is weird because I don't really, pointer finger flick other knives, but yeah, it just worked good for this one. So there we go. And the last thing I want to talk about is the price. Get out here, hair. $55 and like 25 cents. Yeah, that's a good price. That's a really, really, really good price. I think it comes in a really gray area for Civivi. It's a fantastic price. I mean, for comparison, that's also the price of the Kaiser Lieb. And you're getting a lot of knife for your $55 and change. I really appreciate that a whole lot. And this is one of the best value budget knives that's come out in 2021. It's just, it's so nice. You have Civivi's fit and finish. There's a lockup, by the way, right where you want it to be. One thing about the action I forgot to mention is actually I was able to adjust mine so it has kind of a hydraulic action instead of like here on the Elementum. It's got like that snap shut kind of action, that fall shut action, where it just drops into the handle. I was able to adjust my riffle so that it's more of a hydraulic closing. And that's really nice. It's very satisfying. I like it a whole lot. So, yeah. Overall, there are so many good things you could say about this knife. The blade is great. The handle is good. Ergos are good. The design is good. It's easy to carry. This knife is just, EDC perfection. I'm going to say it's EDC perfection. There's not much in normal EDC tasks. There's not much that this can't handle. It's not a hard use knife, but it's not meant to be. It's just beautiful, simplistic EDC perfection. And I like it a whole lot. But like everything, there are some negatives, so let's get into those. Alright, so what are the negatives here? Luckily there's not very many. One thing that I would count as a negative is the flipper tab. Actually, it works fine, but it's kind of weird to me. So push buttoning, you can't really push button this, and you'd think you would be able to because it has a flat top. But I don't know, I cannot push button mine. There we kind of got it. I don't know, just push buttoning on this guy. Yeah, you gotta do it's possible, but I don't know, it takes a lot of force. And instead of doing let's find another knife here. Here, let's actually bring out the Vexor. With this push button, it's very easy to just... Yeah. So, I don't know. A little bit odd, but... Well, I mean, I guess once you get the hang of it, it's not bad. Still, I mean... Whatever. For light switching, it's also a little bit weirdly shaped. I don't know, something about this flipper tab... It works okay, but it's not the most satisfying thing, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, there's that. And that's it. Believe me, guys, I carried this knife for a long, long time. I'm a little bit late to the show with my review on this guy. I carried him for a long, long time because I just couldn't believe that I really just didn't have... I just couldn't find any real flaws with it. Heck, looking at it right now, I forgot to mention that the lanyard post at the back, great alternative to a lanyard hole, and it looks good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I can say about this knife that's bad. I think it comes in at a fantastic price point for Civivi. It's a great design, very useful knife, and I mean, out of the box, perfectly centered, action was good. It's 14C28N, which is amazing, great blade shape. Oh, here's something. The sharpening choil isn't the best. That's the only other thing I was going to mention. And yeah, if you want more information on that, you should probably look at Neve's Knives video on this knife. And he shows to cut in a sharpening choil. I might do that. In fact, if I keep carrying this knife as much as I have been, I'm gonna probably need to cut in that choil. But yeah, that's all that I have to say about this knife that's negative. Long story short, this is a fantastic EDC knife. Among budget knives, this has carved out a solid spot near the top. This knife really has blown me away, and I feel like I say this with every single new Civivi I handle, but is this my new favorite Civivi? I don't know. This has an amazing action, an amazing blade, great handle. It's a good performer. I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot to not love. So if you like the design, if you're looking for a budget EDC knife, I can point you to this one all day, every day. This is an easy recommendation. And honestly, I think everyone should have one of these. So that's going to be it from me. If you like this video, go ahead and leave it a like. Comment below telling me what you think of this knife. And if you haven't already, subscribe. I've been Gideon Stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Wait a minute, don't go anywhere yet. I found another complaint. I did it. Whew. So, here's the Civivi pouch that most Civivi knives come in, including the Riffle. Hi. Great little pouch. I love that Civivi includes these. You open it up, comes with some propaganda and a cleaning cloth, which mine has a little piece of pouch fuzz. And you get stickers. Let's pull those out. And here's my complaint. Civivi's new stickers suck. I mean, look at the stickers you used to get with Civivis. They're like Civivi and Wii. You know, you had like this really cool owl holding the oh, it's an Elijah Isham design. I can't remember what that one is. Is that the Arachnus? I'm not sure. I can't remember what the name of that knife is. And then you have this awesome dragon with, not sure what model that is. Come on. Come on, what a nerf. Now you just get this big green circle that says Civivi. Jeez. You know, I have a couple of these on my laptop, some on my truck, some on my school notebooks, and these ones, what am I going to do with these? Heck, this side's almost more interesting than the front side. Stickers. Jeez, come on, Civivi, pick it up. No, I'm mostly kidding. I don't really care too awful much about the stickers. I mean, the previous stickers were cooler, but you know what? The fact that Civivi gives us so much with their knives, that's just cool anyway, so not going to give them a hard time. All right, now the review is over. Bye.